Arizona, we have had a chance to meet people from all walks of life, but the ones whose voices need to be heard the most were hiding in the shadows. We began researching the statistics of immigration and what it brings to our community and theirs. In order to truly understand the situation of so many people, we set out to Tucson, Arizona, to learn more about the effects of President Barack Obama's executive action.
If you've been in America for more than 5 years, if you have children who are American citizens or legal residents, if you register, pass a criminal background check, and you're willing to pay your fair share of taxes, you'll be able to apply to stay in this country temporarily without fear of deportation. You can come out of the shadows and get right with the law.
To support their families, many men migrated to the United States for work by taking often low-wage jobs. Those men are hoping to earn enough to legally bring their wives and children into the country.
Ojalá el gobierno pudiera ayudarnos a todos con una amnistía general para todos, no por parte como lo está haciendo o la quiere hacer. Nosotros quisiéramos una amnistía para todos, para todo el ciudadano centroamericano, mexicano, no importa la raza o el color de donde venga.
In response to the president's address, a local migrant support organization rallied together for a press conference.
He said, "We are deporting felons, not families." It's the system that is creating felonies, right? So we're actually having families being branded with these felonies. So he is in fact deporting families. We are here because the re-entry is one of those felonies.
No me vi beneficiada, al igual que otros tantos millones de padres de familia que trajimos aquí a nuestros hijos con ilusiones, sueños y empujando, trabajando duro y esperando. Estamos en una línea de espera de muchos años ya, empujando duro, trabajando duro, siendo parte de esa comunidad, empujando este país y realmente estoy muy desilusionada de lo que sucedió ayer. Sin embargo, también estoy muy feliz, muy contenta por los otros 4.4 millones de compatriotas, de hermanos, de padres que van a poder salir a trabajar y proveer a sus hijos como ellos merecen.
To further understand the circumstances that half of the undocumented population faces, we traveled to Mexico and saw life on the other side of the wall. While there, we observed the memorial of a 16-year-old boy who was allegedly killed by a Border Patrol agent in 2012. As of now, there is an ongoing FBI investigation. Jose Antonio's death is an example of the tension border communities face. As migrants wait in line or attempt to find alternative paths, the border communities are stuck with what they leave behind.
It was in self-defense. Jose Antonio had been throwing rocks at him, and with his back turned to Border Patrol when Border Patrol opened fire on him and killed him.
Waiting in line to legally enter the United States has taken a toll on many people attempting to enter this country. In turn, they search for ways to immediately travel across in order to find work in safety.
And the action by the president yesterday will only encourage more people to come here illegally and putting their lives at risk. We saw the humanitarian crisis at our border last summer, how horrific it was. Well, next summer, it could be worse.
Just made it so clear to me how much people's lives are impacted by what we do in the United States and the laws and policies that we have. My very first day with No More Deaths, I went out as a journalist to report on the No More Deaths camp, and it was the 4th of July in 2004, and I just finished college, and we drove out. I had a little four-wheel drive truck, and we drove out and came across two guys from Puebla who were just sitting on the side of the road. It was the first time I had just been, being in the desert and encountering people who were on that journey, and just sort of seeing the look of just exhaustion, but also of feeling, and what they were saying to us was just that they couldn't go on. They were just too tired, and they thought they'd be able to make it. They were a little older. And just how sad and upset that they seemed to feel. They asked us to call Border Patrol, which I think was really difficult for all of us to do, and which we had to do, and then watching them kind of get picked up and taken away.
Even though some actions made by the United States have had detrimental outcomes, others have had positive results that brought hope to young people and their families without proper documentation.
2010 came up, and it was when the last time that the DREAM Act was voted on. I think that really pushed other students to realize that we can't let other people choose or determine our lives for us. We found out that parents of citizen and permanent resident children would be able to qualify. Their permit will be extended to 3 years now instead of 2. As we say all these requirements one by one, we're leaving behind some people. 4.4 million will be benefited from this, and so that leaves more than half of the undocumented population still wondering what would it be of them. There's still things that need to be in progress and that need to be changed, like our broken immigration system needs to be modified. We talk about getting in line, right? We talk about getting into the nation the right way, but a lot of us do it the right way, and a lot of us have been in line.
Within our community at Metropolitan Arts Institute in Phoenix, Arizona, there is a bright and ambitious dreamer ready to move forward in her life with President Obama's executive action. We are able to happily welcome a girl who can now come out of the shadows.
Being a dreamer influenced me by having opportunities which enables me to have access to more colleges that I have more interest in, jobs. We need more support with it, because there's a lot of people out here that really want to get somewhere, but they don't have the opportunity to be doing it.
The system is complex and intricate and has been worked on for many years by multiple administrations. As of late, the House has made a decision to dismantle President Barack Obama's executive action, and it is now moving to the Senate. The final result is unknown, as is the fate of families affected by this complicated issue.